team in the women's 4x4 who are in the call room.
But no Lieke Klaver or Femke Bol in this one. So I think they are ready then for just making the first two places. But I think it's a small risk, to be honest.
Well, it's exactly the same team for the Netherlands, isn't it, as yesterday? You can see it there. Evelina Solberg, Myrthe van der Schutt, Lisanne de Witte and Kathleen Peters. So the same four. As we mentioned earlier on, you can only make one change in the mixed relay, which Femke Bol and Lieke Klaver both ran in yesterday. So one of them had to run in the mixed. Are you surprised they're not running one in that?
Yeah, to be honest, yes. Because I think one of these four, yes, they were in it. Like.
So we'll talk more about the Netherlands when we get to their heat in just a moment. The second of the heat's coming up. But first of all, it is heat number one. And there are 6 teams lining up. In fact, 5 teams. Dominican Republic are late withdrawals. They did have a team declared, Dominican Republic, but they are a DNS, as you can see there. So late problem for them, which means that 5 teams will contest the 2 places. India, therefore, are on the inside in lane 4. Which is not something you say too often. They have Rupal, Jatika Dandi, Vivama Latitira and Suba Venkatessan. Running up for them. We've seen their male 4x1 sprinters go through. Alicia Smith, who ran in the mixed 4x4 earlier on this evening and ran very well, was back out about an hour and a bit later there in the women's 4x4 with.
Welcome to my channel. What happened when countries dominate an event so completely that the rest of the world is left fighting for 4th place? That is exactly what Jamaica did in one of the most unforgettable days in tracks and field history. A stunning podium sweep in the women's 400 meters, flawless relay execution, and another reminder of why Jamaicans continues to produce world-class athletics year after year. This wasn't just about winning medals. It was about proving that greatness isn't an accident. It is tradition. Let's take a close look. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please remember to subscribe, like, and stay tuned.
Cherokee Young did yesterday. Brazil with Dos Santos Barreto, Leticia Lima, they were disqualified yesterday. Maria Decena and Annie Debassi, who also is running her second leg of the evening as well. And Colombia complete the lineup, the South American champions with Paula Lamoa, Caria Velez, Rosana Palacios and Naomi Castro. So we saw yesterday some pretty successful doubling up from the likes of Natalia Kazmarek of Poland and Ireland's Rashida Adeleke and Charlene Maudsley, who do go again in the mixed 4x4 for Ireland, by the way. They don't run in the women's 4x4 final later on. But the athletes, a couple of them doubling up here. Alicia Smith of Germany on the opening leg, Annie Debassi of Brazil on the anchor leg as well. We'll see what they can do here, Daphne, with the 2 in about an hour or so.
Yeah, but yesterday we saw it with the Island girl, so maybe it's possible.
Certainly that was some impressive, particularly Adeleke yesterday, coupled some 50 seconds twice in the space of a couple of hours. But, they get led off with just one run this evening. So here we go then with the women's 4x400 metres Olympic qualifying round 2. Named in it, the 4 names that had been submitted. They do not start, so 5 for the 2 places. You have to expect the Jamaican quartet, if they run to their ability here, to their form, this quartet should be strong enough to win this. With some in hand, you would think. So Renisha McGregor leading them off. She ran the anchor leg yesterday. I mentioned they've all switched around positions. None of them in the same position on this occasion. Alicia Smith of Germany running that second leg of the evening has got them in focus ahead, but Renisha McGregor has gone out best over the first 200 metres or so. Up on Brazil, Kelly Dos Santos Barreto outside them. India had some misfortune yesterday with their men's team pulling up injured. Renisha McGregor. Three of these teams haven't qualified a team from this championship so far. By the way, India, Brazil and Colombia looking for their first passports to Paris. Germany finishing strongly here. This is Alicia Smith in her second run of the evening, who's actually made it up on Renisha McGregor in the closing stages, who paid the price for that strong early start, and a really good second leg of the night from Alicia Smith there has put Germany in the box seat ahead of Brazil and Jamaica. Colombia right on the outside and India inside them, and the baton in the hand for Germany now of Skadi Shia. Jamaica have Cherokee Young, last night's lead-off runner. Brazil, the baton is in the hand of Leticia Lima. Gandhi had it for India, and it's Caraveles for Colombia. Germany, Jamaica and Brazil away from the rest at the moment. At the battle for second place as Lima tries to close down on Cherokee Young, who herself is now chipping away at Skadi Shia. This is a much better second leg from Jamaica. Much better judgment from Cherokee Young, and India coming strongly down the home straight as well with Jatika Gandhi to put them in contention. They're going to be pretty much level with Germany by the time they pass the baton over. Ashley Williams heads off for Jamaica. India now in second position, and Germany have gone right back there. They make a bit of a mess of the change there, Germany. They did, which in a 4x4 is inexcusable, really, although the lactic of the incoming runner can always be a factor. So Germany have put themselves right under pressure now. Jamaica with that lead that's just being closed down by India's third leg runner, Obama Majatira. Ashley Williams out front for Jamaica. Germany are having to work back with Mona Mayer just trying to come around the outside of the Brazilian athlete, Maria Desena. Jamaica 400 metres in Paris. Brazil finished third, Germany in fourth place. All you got to do is deal with the hand that you're given. India were given an advantage by that Germany changeover, and they made it count. Jamaica, we expected them to be strong favourites. That was a good example when it all comes together well for you there. We said that if they all run to their potential as you'd expect them to do, Jamaica, an experienced quartet like that was a good performance.
Jamaica is doing a really good job in these rounds because they are all true.
Come to winners, Jamaica joining their teams who progressed a little bit earlier on. And India, that is the first team that India have won through here from World Athletics Relays Bahamas 2024. I mentioned there's a big Jamaican contingent here. The changeovers. So this is the changeover here that went wrong.
Yeah, she started a little bit too early because she was so much lactic in her legs. That's what you can see in the last couple of meters. It was so difficult for her, and the incoming and the outgoing was like, okay, I need to go now, but that was a little bit too early. So she needs to stop and then wrap it and then go. That's the difficult thing of the 400 meters. You need to wait.
And the thing is, in the 4x4, I mean, it's obviously, it's half a second that you lose by just checking your stride slightly or making sure you're slightly safe. There's obviously another 399 metres you can make that up, whereas in a 4x1, it's obviously you've got to be ruthlessly efficient. In the 4x4, it's just surprising to see a team make a mess up like that.
Yeah, the changeover is not that important. You have all the time to make it okay. You need to wrap it and go. That's enough. Like, you cannot win that much time in it.
Well, small margins, unfortunately for Germany. That costly change left Jamaica and India to come through and put their places at the Olympic Games. Good performance from Jamaica to seal their passage in the first of the women's 4x400 metre heats, with India taking the second spot ahead of Brazil. Germany paying the price for that poor baton change. Local time here just after 8:30 in the evening here in Nassau. Warm-up track off to the right of the shot there, where the athletes for our World Athletics Relays finals will be going through their warm-ups and final preparations. We have heat 2 and 3 on the way in the women's 4x400 metres. 6 nations lining up for this one, including the Netherlands, who, as we mentioned, go with the same quartet that failed to qualify yesterday, resisting the temptation to bolster with either Femke Bol or Lika Klaver. They have Melissa Padron, Rosa Almanza and Lisnady Leticia ahead of them. Here's the Netherlands lineup with Evelina Solberg, Mette van der Schoot, Lisanne de Witte and Kathleen Peters. I'll get Daphne's thoughts in a moment briefly on whether she would have put in Bol or Klaver. Showing faith in the Dutch selectors in sending the same four out again, as we see Karina Vanessa, the lead-off runner for Portugal. In lane 7, Sofia Lahashina, Juliana Guerrero and Vera Barbosa. Outside will be Botswana, who have never qualified for the Olympics in this event, the women's 4x4. There's their final leg runner, Christine Getsway. Prior to her, Motlatsi Ranti, Kalafele Morocco and Marangi Refilwe for Botswana. So briefly, Daphne, would you have put in Klaver or Bol?
Yes.
It is brief. Which one would you have chosen in this?
I think it doesn't matter that much, but I think it's to be safe. I will do that. I think just because of the Olympic tickets, you never know.
But as you look at the relative strength of these other teams, should this Dutch quartet have enough to win this?
I think so. They can do it as well, because these girls are also very strong. But yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't take the risk, I think.
Maybe they're prioritising the $40,000 that will be up for grabs if they can win the mixed relay 4x400 metre final a little bit later on in the programme. So it's heat 2 of 3 in the women's 4x400 metres relay, chasing those 2 spots. So Botswana on the outside with Ranti to lead them off. Portugal in 7. Evelina Solberg. A couple of the Netherlands runners yesterday, they posted 52-second splits, which is not going to be enough at this level. So the shoot and De Witte at 52s yesterday, as we see Cuba. Switzerland, again, the question marks will be there until we see the performances of Anina Farr and Julia Sen on legs 2 and 4, who ran earlier in the evening. Joe Chirono to lead off from Kenya. Here we go then. Their relay teammates, they're a close-knit bunch at the training centre in Papendal, the Netherlands squad. I'm sure we'll be watching on either from over on the warm-up track or from listening on from the call room or watching some kind of footage to see how their teammates get on here. Evelina Solberg out of lane 6 for the Netherlands will be obviously keen to get them off to a good start. Switzerland with Lena Vanley are the ones who are just breaking from that even split in the early stages down the first 50 metres or so of the back straight. Well, on the outside, Botswana with Latsi Ranti between them and the Netherlands. Karina Vanessa of Portugal. Switzerland, close run up on Melissa Padron of Cuba. Solberg, slightly ungainly style with her arm carriage. She out to the side, Evelina Solberg down the home straight. Melissa Padron has saved some in the tank here to come past Switzerland and redress the balance of the lane draw as we come up to the first change. Cuba just ahead of Switzerland and the Netherlands, and right on the outside Portugal. No issues with the changeovers on that occasion. Botswana and then Kenya, the 2 African teams at the moment at the back of the sextet of teams. Only 2 places up for grabs. The Netherlands back in the hand of Mette van der Schoot. For Cuba, it's Rosemary Almanza. Anina Farr, they're testing those legs for a second time this evening. And for Portugal, it's Sofia Lavrishina in 4th position. Very tight between Switzerland and Cuba again as they come around that bend. Almanza was certainly not wanting to run any wider than she needed to there. But van der Schoot and Switzerland again, Farr just out to try and get a bit of room. She feels confident enough to go past the Netherlands. She needed a bit of room to do so. She just eased her way out. And again, that's another really impressive performance on a second run of the evening. Sen is running her second anchor leg in the space of a couple of hours. But for the Netherlands, it's Kathleen Peters and Switzerland. They will have to contend with some pressure from behind by Roxana Gomez here. A measured start from Sen for Switzerland in second position. Now the afterburners go on from Roxana Gomez, trying to take advantage of that moderate first 200 metres from Switzerland, but Sen will hope that she saved enough to come and charge round in the home straight. Netherlands at the moment with Peters in the position to accelerate down the home straight. Here comes Sen with another of her attacks down the home straight. Netherlands looking good. Peters bringing them home, and Julia Sen excelling herself again for Switzerland. Once again, it's Europe to the fore in this one. Netherlands and Switzerland take the top two spots. Both have had a great championships. Switzerland had a brilliant one.
It was a very strong last lap from Peters as well, because they were really good in the mix, and I think they make really smart decisions, because you saw every time when the group is coming before the bend, it's always difficult because you have always elbows and all that stuff like that, but they try to give a little bit more speed on and then try to catch on. Like, I think it was a pretty strong one, and I'm very happy to see them.
Julia Sen looks like she's ready for a lie down, I think. Netherlands, I guess the selectors had faith in the four. They sent out Daphne. They said, come on, we know you're going to be good enough to go out there. You don't need us to bring in Femke Bol or Lika Klava, and I guess it will feel good to those girls that they've repaid the selectors' faith in them.
Yeah, and they train very hard and they train together, and that's also one of the good things of the 4x1 teams. They trust each other, they are friends with each other, they are okay with each other. So I think that's one of the things that you need in a team, and it's nice for them to see, like, it's all about like Lika Klava or Femke Bol, but these girls are training also very hard, and yeah, I'm very happy to see this.
I think the way the Olympic schedule is shaped as well. I think the individual 400 metres and the one of the relay events is I think the mixed relay event. There's a slight crossover as well, so they will need some extra resources. You can't just have Femke Bol and Lika Klava in everything, because they'll have their own individual medal prospects, of course, as well. But the Netherlands quartet right now.
Well, you know, dare I say it, she's very fit. She's ready to go on floor. She's been performing well. Probably more concerned about a couple of the other girls just getting the right bounce on the floor. I suspect this floor feels a little bit strange. That's why we've seen a few falls already.
And free cartwheel. She didn't manage to kick a leg over the top. It's unsavable. Switch change half in the combination. Extra jump in case the judges didn't reward the first one. Poor on the quality. Just the dismount to go.
Fourth in the Moscow World Championships last year, 6th at the London Olympics. 14 metres and 59 in 2014, a lifetime best of 14 metres and 62 last year. She's going to want to improve on 14 metres 11. Fourth round attempt. Nope, she runs through, no improvement. Two more jumps left
to come from the pool here on the Games channel, but as you can see, we're back at Hampden. We're looking forward to the women's 400 metre final coming up very shortly, but now we can rejoin the closing stages of the women's triple jump final.
This is a nice jump. She's the champion, she has the gold. Oh, and it's big. It's going to be an improvement for Kimberly Williams from Jamaica. It does look further than the gold medal winning jump. And the athlete that was fourth at the World Championships last year, 6th in those London Olympics. is going to have extended the distance that she jumped to win the gold. And the 25-year-old not going to challenge a season's best here of 14:59, but she's going to leave Glasgow 2014 as the Commonwealth champion.
Another gold medal for Jamaica. A bronze medal as well for Jamaica. The first time since 1970 that Jamaica have won two medals in the men's 100 metres.
One more event for them this evening, the 200 metres, and then they'll come back tomorrow for the rest. The next event on the track then, the final of the women's 400 metres. Here is your lineup. 3 Jamaicans, lanes 3, 4 and 5, and the defending Commonwealth champion in 6. In lane number 8, Kelly Massey of England, won Commonwealth Games relay silver in Delhi, the UK champion, ran a personal best to qualify for this final of 52.19 seconds. In lane number 7, the former World Youth and World Junior champion at this event from the Bahamas, Shauna Miller, 20 years old, sub 51 at her best. In lane 6, the defending Commonwealth champion, the former world champion, Amantle Moncho of Botswana. Nearly defended that world title last year, lost out on the dip finish to Britain's Christina Hurrigu. Lane 5, Noveline Williams-Mills of Jamaica, 4th in the world this year, 8 times the Jamaican champion. In lane number 4, also from Jamaica, is Christine Day. She led off the Jamaican team, which won 2012 Olympic relay bronze, 50.16 seconds, a lifetime best in 2014. Completing the Jamaican trio, Stephanie Ann McPherson, 49.92 seconds. McPherson in good form. Sade Abugan of Nigeria in lane number 2. The World Junior champion back in 2008, and completing the lineup, Kaniki Alexander of St Vincent and the Grenadines, their national record holder at this event, indoors and out. The women's 400 metre final, the games record belongs to Moncho, 50.10 seconds. Will she have to go that quick here this evening to defend her title? Williams-Mills, 4 successive world relay medals for the Jamaican in 5. Well, it's a clean start in the final of the women's 400 metres. Moncho's going off well in lane number 6. Abugan of Nigeria in lane number 2 is making some headway as well. But in lane number 6, Amantle Moncho, the defending champion, is being chased by Williams-Mills from Jamaica. Williams-Mills inside of the defending champion. She's tracking up. They're going through 200 metres. These 2 athletes are currently well clear of the rest of the field. McPherson in 3's going well. Day's trying to respond in lane 4. But here's your battle. Williams-Mills heads Moncho coming into the home straight. Moncho, the defending champion. McPherson of Jamaica in lane number 3 is having a storming finish. Stephanie McPherson of Jamaica, she's gonna get it. The Jamaicans win 50.68 seconds. Stephanie McPherson from Jamaica. It's not a season's best, but the lane 3 athlete, Stephanie McPherson, many before the final called her to potentially win this race. 50.67 seconds. Williams-Mills from Jamaica takes the silver in 50.86. and they're deciding who's got the bronze. Christine Day of Jamaica, a 1-2-3. McPherson, Williams, Mills and Day, and the defending champion, Amantle Moncho, has to settle for fourth.
She went out too hard, Catherine. She knew that Williams Mills was coming through inside her. A great effort from the Jamaicans to produce the clean sweep, but Moncho had nothing left when the three Jamaicans came back to her. Williams Mills, you could argue, went too hard as well because she had no response when McPherson came through on the inside, and by 1/100th of a second, Christine Day out-dipped the tired Moncho on the line, and for the second successive year, a lack of dip has cost Moncho. Last year, it cost her a gold in the World Championship. This year, it cost her a bronze, but she just went out far too hard. McPherson judged it to perfection.
You literally had two separate races, because what Noveline Williams Mills was doing in lane 5 was tracking and following Amantle Moncho in lane 6, and then there was another little race developing inside. Look at the replay here. Williams Mills in 5, Moncho in 6. They were having their own.
The biggest headline came in women's 400 meters final. The race featured some of the fastest women in the world, including defending champions like Amantle Moncho of Botswana, who ended with high expectations. As the gun fired, every athletics exploded from the block, knowing that one mistake could cost them everything. Moncho attacked the race aggressively from the opening stages, trying to separate herself from the field early. But Jamaica remained patient. Instead of chasing too soon, the Jamaican runners trusted their race strategy, conserved energy, and prepared for a powerful finish. As they entered the final stretches, the crowd witnessed something truly extraordinary. Jamaica took complete control. Then came Stephanie, surged ahead with the remarkable composure to claim the gold medal. Behind her came fellow Jamaican Novel Williams Mills, refusing to let the opportunity slip away as she powered into a second place. Then Christine Day completed with what seemed almost impossible by crossing the line in third. History had been made. Jamaica achieved a spectacular 1-2-3 finish, sweeping the entire podium in one of track and field toughest event. Meanwhile, defending champions Moncho found bravely but finished just outside the medal in fourth after her aggressive early pace proved difficult to sustain. For Jamaica, this wasn't simply another victory. It was a statement to the athletics world that the country's talent pipeline remains one of the strongest anywhere on earth. Earlier in the competition, the women's 4x400 meters relay qualifying rounds had already shown why relay races demands more than just speed. In the opening heat, Jamaica delivered another disciplined performance to comfortably secure qualification for the Olympic Games. India also earned the qualification after running an impressive race, showing determination from start to finish. Perhaps the biggest talking point wasn't who qualified, it was who didn't. Germany suffered heartbreaks after a costly mistake during the final baton exchange between their third runner and anchor athletics. One small error completely changed the outcome. In relay racing, fraction of a second matters. A single mistimed exchange can erase monthly or yearly preparation. It was a painful reminder that relay success depended not only on fast runners but also perfect teamwork. The second qualification heat featured another impressive display from the Netherlands. Rather than making changes to their lineup, They Dutch, a coaching staff to trusted the same quartet that had competed previously. That confidence paid off. The team worked together with excellence, rhythm, clean baton exchange, and outstanding composure under the pressure. Switzerland also secured qualification, proving once again that consistency often beats unnecessary risks. Watching these relay races made one thing very clear. At the highest level of athletics, teamwork is just important as individual brilliance. Even in the 4x400 meters relay, where exchanges are slightly more forgiving than in the 4x100, every baton's pass must be executed with precision. The world's best teams understanding that championships are often won or lost in those critical few seconds. What makes Jamaican success even more remarkable is the performance. Like these aren't isolated moments. They are the results of generation of discipline, dedication, outstanding coaching, and sport culture that inspire young athletes to dream big. Every new championship builds upon the legacy of those who came before. From local school championships to the world's class, Jamaica continues to prove that excellence is earned through preparation, resilience, and unwavering belief. The unforgettable 1-2-3 sweeps in the women's 400 meters will remain one of the defining moments in athletics history. And for young athletes watching around the world, it sent a powerful message. Greatness is possible when talent meets hard work. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts in the comment. Do you think Jamaican's dominance is in the 400 meters can continue for years to come? Let us know below, and thanks for watching.